morning, class. How are you today? Great to hear that. Today, we have an exciting lesson about shapes that we see everywhere around us. Today, we will discuss about polygon. I am your teacher, Quadrilateral. So class, let's talk about first our objectives. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to first, identify a polygon and classify polygons according to the number of sides. Second, identify and classify triangles according to their sides and angles. Third, identify quadrilaterals and classify them according to their properties. And last, apply the knowledge of triangles and quadrilaterals by identifying them in a real-life objects. Class, before we start with our lesson proper, let us have first some fun. I have a little activity prepared to get our brains ready. Are you ready, class? So, let's start. Our game, class, is called Move If It Is a Shape. So, class, here are the rules of our game. If the shape is triangle, raise your both hands. If the shape is quadrilateral, clap your hands twice. If the shape is not a polygon, stamp your feet. Are we all clear on what to do, class? Alright, here is the first shape, class. Do the action. 1, 2, 3, go! So, this is not a polygon because this is not a closed figure. Let's do another one, class. Do the action. 1, 2, 3, go! This is a triangle. Very good. All of you raise your both hands. Another shape, class. Do the action. 1, 2, 3, go. This is not a polygon because, yes, although this is a closed figure, but it has no sides. For our last shape, class, do the action. 1, 2, 3, go. This is a square. Very good. All of you clap your hands twice. Now, class, let's get into our first topic. What is our focus here? Correct. Polygon. Class, do you have any idea what polygon is? So, when we say polygon, it is a closed plane figure formed by connecting 3 or more segments at their endpoints. At least, how many sides, class, do we need to make a polygon? Correct, 3 or more sides. So, you can see in the image, these are polygons because they follow our definition. Class, triangles are classified according to the number of their sides. First is scalene triangle. So, no sides are congruent. Next is isosceles triangle. At least 2 sides are congruent. Next is equilateral triangle. 3 sides are congruent. So class, let's get deeper about the classification of triangle in order for you to understand. Class, triangles are classified according to the number of their sides. First is scalene triangle. So, no sides are congruent. Next is isosceles triangle. At least 2 sides are congruent. Next is equilateral triangle. 3 sides are congruent. So class, let's get deeper about the classification of triangle in order for you to understand. The first classification of triangle, class, is scalene triangle, which no sides are congruent. So, class, a scalene triangle has all sides of different lengths. Like for example, if you draw a triangle with 3 cm, 5 cm, and 7 cm, none are the same. Can anyone think of a scalene triangle? A slice of watermelon? Correct. Class, moving on the second type, let's read together. Isosceles triangle, at least 2 sides are congruent. Look at the blue triangle on the screen. See those little marks on 2 sides? Who can name something shaped like an isosceles triangle? A traffic sign? Correct. Now, the third type class is equilateral triangle. Three sides are congruent. Look at the triangle in the screen. All three sides have mark, so they are all equal. Equilateral triangle class are special because every single side is the same length. For review class, scalene triangle has no equal sides. Isosceles triangle has at least 2 equal sides and equilateral has 3 equal sides. Understand, class? Okay, let's test if you remember if a triangle has 4 cm, 4 cm, and 4 cm. What type is it? Correct, equilateral triangle. If it has sides of 2 cm, 3 cm, and 4 cm, what type is it? Correct, scalene triangle. And the last one, if it has sides of 5 cm, 5 cm, and 6 cm, what type is it? Correct, isosceles triangle. The next one class is classification of triangles according to their angles. First is scalene triangle. So, no sides are congruent. Next is isosceles triangle. At least 2 sides are congruent. Next is equilateral triangle. 3 sides are congruent. So class, let's get deeper about the classification of triangle in order for you to understand. The first one class is acute angle. So class, what is acute angle? Correct. Look at the triangle class. The first one class is acute angle. So class, what is acute angle? Correct. Look at the triangle here. The angles are 65 degrees, 80 degrees, and 35 degrees. So class, are all of these angles less than 90 degrees? Correct. Now, the second type class is a right triangle, which The second type class is a right triangle. One angle is a right angle which measures exactly 90 degrees. As you can see in the screen class, there is a small square which indicates that this angle measures exactly 90 degrees. Understand, class? Class, moving on the second type, let's read together. Isosceles triangle, at least 2 sides are congruent. Look at the blue triangle on the screen. See those little marks on 2 sides? Who can name something shaped like an isosceles triangle? A traffic sign? Correct. Class, let's move to a polygon with 4 sides. What do we call them? Correct, quadrilaterals. The total of their angles is always 360 degrees. Who can name something quadrilateral shape you can see every day, class? Correct, a book. So class, let's learn about the different types of quadrilaterals. Here are the following types of quadrilaterals. First is a square, a rectangle with 4 congruent sides. Next is rectangle, a parallelogram with 4 congruent angles. Next is parallelogram, 2 pairs of parallel sides. Next is rhombus, a parallelogram with 4 congruent sides. And the last one is trapezoid, exactly 1 pair of a parallel sides. So class, let's discuss them one by one. Class, look at the screen. Our first type is a square. Let's read the definition together. Square is a rectangle with 4 congruent sides. So class, what do we notice about its properties? Yes, square has 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. Congruent sides means all sides are the same length and right angles are exactly 90 degrees. Who can name something around us that's shaped like a square? Correct, class. Always remember that every square is a rectangle, but not every rectangle is a square. Next class is a rectangle. Let's read the definition of rectangle. A rectangle is a parallelogram with four congruent angles. So its properties say opposite sides are equal and four right angles. So unlike squares, rectangles only have opposite sides but not the same length. So, can someone give an example of a rectangle? Correct, a book cover. Class, here is something important. Squares and rectangles are actually special types of parallelograms because they have two pairs of parallel sides too. So class, who can think of a parallelogram shape? Correct. Now class, let's talk about parallelogram. Read the definition with me class. Parallelogram is a quadrilateral with two pairs of parallel sides. So class, look at the shape on the screen. It looks like a slanted rectangle. Its property is opposite sides are parallel and equal. So class, parallel means? Yes, the sides never meet. Next class is rhombus. So class, let's read its definition. Rhombus is a parallelogram. Next class is rhombus. Let's read its definition. Rhombus is a parallelogram with four congruent sides. So class, let's look at its properties. All sides are equal and opposite angles are also equal. But unlike squares class, rhombuses don't have right angles. Only opposite angles need to match. Since it is a parallelogram, we know it has two pairs of parallel sides too. So class, who can think something shaped like a rhombus? A diamond? Correct. Class, our last type of quadrilateral is trapezoid. Let's read the definition loud and clear. Trapezoid is a quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides. Class, look at the picture on the screen. The other two sides slant inwards so they don't meet the parallel rule. That's what makes trapezoid different from parallelograms. They only have one pair of parallel sides. Can someone name a trapezoid shape? At top of the table? Yes, correct. Now class, it's your turn to show what you have learned. Let's look at our activity, Polygon in real life. So the direction is, draw or design a real-life object using a triangle and quadrilateral and identify their types. So class, you will need a short bond paper for this. So class, who has an idea of what object they want to draw? A house? Correct class. You need to label which type of triangle and quadrilateral you use. Class, your test is divided into two parts. Part A is identification and Part B is true or false. Please do understand the given before answering class. Class, that's the end of our lesson today. You all did an amazing job for our fun activity to acing the evaluation. Remember, polygons are a Class, that's the end of our lesson today. You all did an amazing job for our fun activity to acing the evaluation. Remember, polygons are all around us. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye!